Hello and welcome back to the Chill Room Podcast. I'm Jack, and joining me as always is
Colton
and Kane. So to kick it off here, just to kick off this podcast, we're going to go in and do a quick little segment, and it's for the NFL draft, who is just overall the most skilled player, just best player in the draft. Not like, think about it as if you have no players on your roster, you need every single position. Who would you take?
I know who I would take.
Jack, you want to go first?
Will Anderson.
I agree with that pick. He is the most skilled person.
He's the most skilled person. I think he's one of the most NFL-ready players in the draft this year. He looks great. Recorded like 35 sacks at Alabama in his 3 years there. That's crazy.
And also the amount of athleticism there.
Yeah.
He's so fast.
Yeah, I agree. It's crazy. My turn. Will Anderson, great pick, but there's one thing that scares me about this. I flew down to Texas to watch the Texas-Alabama game. A true freshman, he went up against a true freshman tackle who only let up one pressure the whole game. Only let him get one pressure the whole game.
Also, but the thing is, their secondary was playing not very great. Their secondary was letting Quinn Ewers for the first quarter, and I guarantee you if the secondary had played better and given Will Anderson more time, then he would have gotten to the quarterback. But no disrespect to that true freshman. Great job.
Oh, Jake Majors. He's one of the best tackles.
Texas has one of the best offensive lines, and did they double him at all?
Did they double? I think we may have, like in the beginning of the game, but then we saw Jake Majors just.
Yeah.
He didn't let anything get past him.
Okay, so what's your pick?
My pick is, I think I have to say the most skilled player is Will Anderson. But if I had to take any player, I've seen Bryce Young lead teams, and just the way he's like a field general, and the way that he just runs offenses like that, all running through him, it's amazing.
He's tiny. He's tiny in his arm.
Yeah, I don't think he's ready for the league yet.
His arm compared to C.J. Stroud.
He's more NFL ready than C.J.
No, his arm compared to C.J. Look at C.J. Stroud's frame. He is bulky. And his arm talent on C.J. Stroud is better than Bryce Young's.
Bryce Young is an NFL.
Alabama had a better offensive line than OU did.
It's an NFL play style.
I take back what I said about him not being NFL ready. I think he is NFL ready, but just not as NFL ready as Will Anderson.
Yeah, Will Anderson.
I mean, that
and I would also take Jalen Carter. Carter, it's so hard to find a game wrecker like that on the inside. His stats weren't huge at Georgia.
But he could cause some trouble on the line.
The thing is, he played on the best defense in college football. In my opinion, they were the best defense in college football.
Oh, no doubt. Who's better?
Nobody.
Yeah.
The only people that would have came close is Alabama, and that's because of Will Anderson and Malachi Moore and Eli Ricks.
Yeah.
Who also, Malachi Moore and Eli Ricks are very good prospects.
Henry Toto or whatever, he didn't have the season people thought he was
he did go to Alabama.
Yeah, he's really good. But I feel like Bryce Young, he's just a guy I trust. He's like the only, in my opinion, if there's 2 minutes left, if we're in the 2-minute drill, one-score game.
I'm picking Bryce Young over C.J. Stroud. Yeah, he's more clutch than C.J. is.
Yeah, and
But C.J. never really had to be clutch.
That's true.
Except in that playoff game. But this segment's taken a little while, so... Jack, we're going to move it on over to you.
All right. I have challenged Colton and Kane to rank their top 10 NBA three-point shooters of all time. We're going to start from 10 and work our way up to number 1, and we'll see how the lists compare. All right, Colton.
Okay.
Who's your number 10?
My 10th spot, this might be a bit controversial, and there's some people that could go over him, but I think Steve Nash, prime, in his MVP years, he was a shooter.
Yeah,
definitely.
I think you could maybe even put him higher on that list.
Nah, if you look at the other guys there, I think he's good. And I feel like there's somebody I'm forgetting or somebody that seemed like, oh, maybe I should put him there. But the thing is, Steve Nash, prime, those 2 MVP years, he was a great shooter.
And passed very well. Amari Stoudemire made a living off of Steve Nash.
All right, Kane, who's your number 10?
My number 10 is also Steve Nash.
That's fair, yeah.
He was a bucket in his MVP years, and then out of his MVP years, he became, and even out of his MVP years when he got older, he became a spot-up shooter and a great passer.
Yeah.
Because if he would go out to the wing, let somebody else dribble the ball around, on those championship Mavs team, Dirk could kick to him, and he would knock down the three.
Yeah.
And he could also pass to Dirk very well. Your turn, Colton.
Yeah.
All right, number 9.
9, I am taking, and this is Steve Kerr. He's also coached. No way, you also did Steve Kerr at 9?
I mean,
Okay.
he has the highest 3-point percentage in NBA history.
And he was a shooter, definitely. And it also kind of helps that he coached the best shooter of all time.
Also, his background, like, as a kid is crazy. Have you guys heard, like, his story as a kid?
Not
No.
having.
His dad was, like, why am I forgetting that? His dad was an ambassador. I forget for what country, but he got assassinated when Steve Kerr was at a really young age. And, yeah, it's crazy now because he is probably up there as one of the best coaches in NBA history and one of the best 3-point shooters.
Oh, he coached a dynasty.
Yeah.
No doubt. If you coach a dynasty, you are one of the best.
So I'm gonna make a quick change. 10, I'm putting Del Curry. 9, I'm putting Steve Nash. 8, I'm putting Steve Kerr. And then
Don't go
8.
on yet. Okay.
Okay, I'm putting Steve Kerr at 8.
Okay, so my eighth spot, this guy, he revolutionized the 3-point shot. But if you look back, he was not, yes, it's Bird. He was not as good if you look at today's terms, but still just the fact how he changed the NBA. I mean,
Him
you
and
got
Magic
Larry
Johnson
Bird.
saved the league.
Oh, yeah, but Larry Bird with just added the 3-point shot, and basically nobody else would take those shots except him. And so I got Larry Bird at 8.
I have Kevin Durant at 7.
At 8.
I already did 8
Oh,
because
wait,
I
yeah.
had Steve Kerr at 8. I have Kevin Durant at 7. In my opinion, he is the 3rd most efficient scorer of all time. He probably will be first at the end of his career. It's just he can shoot 3, do the midi, attack off the dribble, spot up. He can do anything.
And he can play good defense, too.
But it's
My
so
boy.
hard to be more efficient
Hey, hook
than
'em.
Wilt Chamberlain and
That's true.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
Well, because both of them
So
just
hard.
bullied everyone, just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Just put it in
Yeah,
the
but
basket.
that took so much skill
Skyhook.
for them. They were beasts.
Yeah, they were. What are we at, 7th?
7, yeah.
I have Harden. He's, I mean, and you guys know in his prime that
the Rockets.
step back was crazy. Nobody could stop it. He averaged like one of the most points per game in NBA history. He won an MVP. It's just he was crazy with a 3-point shot. Now he's not as good, but he's still passing the rock like crazy.
I might put Harden in the top 5, honestly.
I
it's top
I
5.
would too. Is this my 6th?
Yeah.
Yep.
My 6th is Larry Bird. I think
Yeah.
he's better than Kevin Durant was. I mean, Kevin Durant, 3-point shooting wise, yes, it's there. But Larry Bird, invented the 3
He did.
as we
Without
see
him-
it today.
Without him, we
He
wouldn't have a Curry.
revolutionized it.
We wouldn't have a Curry without him. We wouldn't have.
I
a
think
Dame.
we
wouldn't have a
would, but we
Harden.
would have a different Curry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Harden would be, I think he would be better. I think he would
A league
honestly be
without
better.
3-point shots, it would
I
just
think
be
James
Giannis
Harden would be
bullying
better.
Everyone. That's all it'd be.
Yeah.
Not Joel.
Big man like Joel Embiid, Giannis, and Jokic
Also,
would
Aaron
just
Gordon
take
would
over
be the best
entire
player
league.
in the league.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Aaron
next,
Gordon.
would be great.
next up, I have
At 5.
Kevin Durant.
At 5.
my pick.
All right.
Where's that 6? What did you just say?
I just said 6. You're
Yes, it was my
6.
six.
Oh, wait, sorry. Yeah.
I got Kevin Durant. I love him. if you look at just scoring, in my opinion, he's top 3 or 2. Just in straight up scoring and just 3-point shooting. He, with that Warriors team, that was crazy. I'm just telling you now, it's kind of obvious that whole Warriors team is in the top. Well, I guess in the top 6.
They're in the Hall of Fame. Every single star on that team. I don't know
Yeah.
why I just thought of this. I just thought of the Andrew Iguodala. I've always been comparing the Jazz. At the beginning of the year, I compared the Jazz to the Andre Iguodala Nuggets. Remember them? Like 53, had like 53 wins and then went nowhere in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, but
I
so,
can see the Jazz doing that
Yeah.
this year.
No, I
So,
don't think they can win that
for
much.
for 5, this is my 5th. It's going to have to be James Harden.
Harden, that's a good
The
pick.
man is.
I'd
he
agree with
is
him at 5. I think that's a good
one
spot
of the
for
best
him.
players of all time.
Yeah, and it's really that step back was crazy. And
And his ability to draw fouls. He doesn't Richard Jefferson have the most and ones on threes?
I don't know.
I swear, I was watching a game and then somebody said something about somebody having the most and ones on threes, 4-point plays.
Yeah. My 5th spot is the truth, Paul Pierce.
Yes,
He was awesome, but I feel like some players I put above him are either, in my opinion, more clutch, just better shooters, or just revolutionized the 3-point shot more.
So, my 4th is the truth. No, it's Klay Thompson. My 4th is Klay Thompson.
Wait, did I have 11 people? I think I'm just counting this wrong.
No, you were just on 5, Colton. My 4th is the truth. Not the truth. Klay Thompson. My 4th is Klay Thompson.
I think that's a good spot for him too.
14 threes in
I
one.
accidentally put 11 players. I just realized that.
14 threes in one game.
That is crazy.
And the thing is, the guy still found ways to score that weren't threes. See, if you have, let's say somebody breaks his record, gets 53 threes, they're not going to score any other way than threes.
Yeah.
But he found another way.
Yeah. Okay, so I kind of realized I screwed this up, and I had 11 people. So what did you just put? Your 4th player?
You're on your
So-
4th.
My 4th player is supposed to be Reggie Miller, but I accidentally added another player. So we're going to put Reggie Miller and Dame in the same spot. Just like combine them together, I guess, because I accidentally put 11. So
Damian Lillard and Reggie Miller. Those are 2 very different people.
Yeah.
no, I'm saying
Reggie
Miller is the 3rd best 3 shooter of all
no.
time.
What I'm saying is I have to put him in the same spot because I accidentally put 11 people down.
And you're
Yeah.
going to put Clay over them?
I'd
Are you
probably
going to put
just
Clay
like put
over
Dame.
both of them?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Why?
I'd probably-
That makes no sense.
I'd probably put Dame as like an honorable mention if you're gonna
yeah.
put him anywhere.
That's what I'm doing.
No, Dame. I swear, Dame.
Dame just has range.
He also has. Yeah, he is probably the best. He has the best range in NBA history.
Nope.
Who's better?
Steph.
Steph. Dame. Has
Trey
better
Young
range.
is going to be better than Dame is at
He
range.
gets out of the shooting slump ever.
He's not in a shooting slump. He's injured.
I know, but he got in the shooting slump at the beginning of the year, and then finally started doing good, and then got injured.
He wasn't in a shooting slump. It's just he was passing the ball better
No,
because
he
he had
was shooting like
DeJounte
30%
Murray.
at the beginning of the year. He was shooting like 30% at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, 30% from 3. That's average.
Yeah, no, Trey Young. That's not normal Trey Young. Okay, whatever. At my 3 spot, I put Klay Thompson at my 3rd.
Why did you just go twice? Okay, never mind. So, my 3rd is Reggie Miller. Damian Lillard, and just we're going to make it clear right here, Damian Lillard is an honorable mention. He was a good 3 shooter, but he was just in the wrong time of 3 shooting because he just seemed, I mean, he made NBA 75, but everybody else on the list did too.
Yeah.
No, okay, wait. So now I'm looking at this. Dame
Oh,
should
did
probably
Steve Kerr make it?
Dame
No,
should
Steve
have
Kerr
been
didn't
behind
make
Paul
it.
Pierce.
Yeah, I don't think Steve
I
Kerr
can't
did.
put Dame behind KD when it comes to 3-point shooting. I feel
Oh,
like
yeah, that
Dame
makes
is
sense.
a better
Yeah, that's
3-point
right,
shooter.
that's
That makes
And
sense.
then I can't put Dame. And then Harden is the only player I could possibly think of when you look at just 3-point shooting that I think could be above Dame. And then Larry Bird, he's better. Steve Kerr, Steve Nash, he's better in 3-point shooting.
All right, let's get to the top two.
Can we just go top two? Like, just say both of our top two?
I think it's obvious who it is.
Yeah.
For both
Yeah,
of us.
Ray at 2 and
then
Steph
Steph,
at
yeah.
1.
Yeah,
That's
that's
I
not
was
really much of an
considering-
argument.
Whose list do you
I was
agree with?
considering
Whose list do you
Clay
agree with
second,
more?
But
I gotta go with Kane's list.
I don't know what it is about mine that you don't agree with.
The fact that you put Damian
if you
Lillard,
you put Dame on
and
the same tier as
Reggie
Reggie
Miller.
Miller.
Reggie Miller is one of the best 3 shooters of all time.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, don't get me wrong. I had Dame behind Reggie. And that's like when it made the big jump and there was like a big separation. But I accidentally put 11 players, so I needed to put him in the same tier.
Just put him in an honorable mention like I did.
He can't be an honorable mention.
Yes, he can.
If I have KD on this list,
He does too much. He does a lot of different things.
if
than
I have
what-
KD on the list, I can't have Dame as an honorable mention.
I think you can, because that's
No.
what I did. And it makes sense. Because the
You're
way
saying that you think Kevin Durant's 3-point
KD
shooting
paved
is
the
better.
way. KD paved the way for big men to start shooting.
Kane, the only thing that I would disagree with in your list is having Del Curry above Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Del Curry is the reason that the 3-shot is a thing.
Yeah, but Dame is I consider him a better 3-point shooter all time in NBA history
Easy.
than Del.
He's better than Steve Nash,
Did
too.
you
no
say
doubt.
easy?
Dame is better than Del Curry.
Have you heard of Colton? Del Curry's the reason. I don't care about Larry Bird. Del Curry is the reason that the 3-point shot is a thing. He is. You cannot question me. First, he was the best 3-point shooter in the NBA. No, of all time for a while. And then he also gave birth to the best 3-point shooter of all time.
Bro, him giving birth to the best 3-point shooter should not get him on the. That should not do anything to this.
You want to know the reason Steph Curry can shoot like that?
Because he's
Del.
skilled.
Dell. Who coached Steph Curry all his life? Dell.
You're saying Del a lot.
Yeah, Dame had a higher.
Who was?
Dame had a higher percentage. He's just.
It
all
doesn't
around better.
matter about percentage. They played in different times. If Del Curry plays in today's era, he's better than Dame is
No.
by a mile.
No way.
He is.
No.
It's
And
not even
Dame
close.
Also, Dame has the plays. He has crazy plays. He has clutch gene. He's a
No.
clutch gene.
He made two clutch plays. 2, and now everybody's like, dude, Dame is Mr. Clutch.
He's
he made
some of the
2
most buzzer beater,
clutch
3-point
plays.
buzzer beaters ever.
He made 2 clutch plays. He has made 2 clutch plays.
No, he has some of the most
2
3-point
huge clutch plays, and everybody's like, Dame time, baby, Dame time.
He has some of the most 3-point buzzer beaters ever.
How do you know that?
I'm checking right now. Look.
Exactly. And by the way, that's not a stat that they record, just so you know.
They
It actually
record
is.
buzzer beaters. Yeah, they definitely record buzzer beaters, and I know that
And why'd you just put down your phone?
because I couldn't find anything on it. I couldn't.
Yeah,
find a site
he
that
made
had
2
it.
clutch shots, and what I consider clutch is winning in the playoffs, which Dame has never done, ever.
That's because, as he said himself, he doesn't run from the grind. he could have left
He
the
does.
Trailblazers.
He should have.
He
He
could.
definitely should have.
Yeah.
Should have gone and played with Steph.
No,
Definitely should have.
he could have done that if he wanted to. Also, why do you keep like back and forth? That's gonna.
He should have. He should have gone with the 2017 Warriors. Honestly, should have.
They would not have had the salary cap. There's no way they'd be
Luxury
under cap.
tax. Warriors have never cared about luxury tax ever.
I
Never
know,
have, never
still,
will.
It's
Okay, so let's just get past this
Yeah.
because
Let's move on to our next segment. It's a game that Colton has invented called Be the GM.
this is one of our favorite segments, and I came up
Yeah.
with this. So be the GM is going to be like just random example. So let's say I ask you, hey, who would the Browns take with the first overall pick? If you're redrafting so and so draft, and you're like, oh well, they would take Baker Mayfield, and Jack said, oh they take. I don't even know a good prospect from that draft.
Josh Allen.
Oh yeah,
Joshua
They take
Allen.
Josh Allen. I'm like, I'm gonna rate your picks and rate your reasoning, and I'm obviously gonna give the win to Jack because Jack said Josh Allen.
And I said
Okay,
Baker
so Baker
Mayfield.
Yeah.
Baker won the Heisman.
Next
But
up,
Josh
Jason
Allen
Summerby.
is a better quarterback in the
Yeah.
league right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Baker
Did Josh Allen lead a game-winning drive in his first game starting?
Has Baker Mayfield played for 3 different teams in less
This is
than
a
a
joke,
year?
guys. Guys,
Yes.
this is a joke. We all okay. Just so you know, Kane and Jack aren't
Baker's
actually arguing.
awful.
Okay, so this is gonna be our first one. If you have the first overall pick with the Bears, what are you doing? Are you drafting Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, or Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud,
Can I go
Will
first?
Anderson,
Can I go first?
or trade?
Can I go first?
Bryce, C.J., Will Anderson, or trade? 4 options.
Can I go first?
Yes, you go first.
So what I'm doing is Raiders have 7th pick. They need a quarterback bad. Derek Carr is awful.
So the Colts.
I'm trading down to 7th overall pick. Oh my lordy. I'm trading down to the 7th overall pick, and for the Raiders 7th overall pick, I'm getting the 7th overall pick, Chandler Jones, and a second from next year. And then with that 7th pick, I'm drafting a wide receiver for
The
'cause-
Raiders would need to trade more than that.
Chandler Jones in their
In a
pick.
second, and their pick in a second round pick, they need more than that for the
Chandler
number
Jones.
1 pick.
No, because I don't think they need more than that. A second round pick, Chandler Jones, just to trade up. I mean, straight up for the first overall
And
pick,
then-
that's not fair.
and
but
then
for
like
the 7th, if you get the 7th still.
yeah, if you still get the 7th, because they're gonna draft. I'd draft a wide receiver, probably Quentin Johnson.
If I was the Bears, I'd probably try to first get Peter Skoronski, or however you say his name.
Nah, I think they still want to try to develop Tevin Jenkins. They want to see him like for 1 or
I
2
mean,
more
you can
years.
have Tevin and what's his name?
Skoronski,
Yeah.
Skoronik, my bad.
I think the Bears in that situation would trade down the pick, but I don't think it would be with the Raiders. I think it would be with the Colts. And I'm not saying this.
Biased.
I'm not saying
biased.
this
He
is
wants it to
biased,
happen.
but they could get some really good trade value out of that trade to just go down a couple of picks and still get a player that would be the person that they got with the number 1 pick and get good value back.
What's
like
the trade?
the Colts would trade their pick and like Ryan Kelly and maybe a second from next year and a third from this year for the number 1
Colts
pick.
aren't doing that. That's moving 3 spots for their center who just had a bad year, and
The Bears-
but then a second and a third to move 3 spots.
and a center who is a 3-time Pro Bowler.
But to move through that proves my point. I'm saying the Colts are overpaying here, and I'm saying they're never making that trade.
Yeah. Okay. You guys done with your takes?
Yeah, well, one more thing. I think it would be good for the Colts to get the number 1 pick because there are rumors that the Bears might get a quarterback. I don't think it's going to happen, but still, just to be safe.
Well,
it would be
no,
nice
but we're
to
not
have
going from the
number 1
Colts.
pick.
We're not going from the Colts perspective.
I know.
We're going from the Bears perspective here. But I was just saying the Colts are never going to make that trade.
Yeah. No, okay. The pick I'd give to Jack, you get a 4.2 out of 5. Kane gets a 4.5. I think Kane barely squeezed out the win. I feel
That's
like
fair. That's
If you had if you took out the 3rd round pick and swapped Ryan Kelly with Braden
I feel
Smith,
like-
I'm not arguing with that trade. If
Jack,
if you
said
take out
Kenny Moore, I'm taking yours all day.
Yeah.
Kenny Moore.
they need a cornerback.
And we
Here's the
have
thing,
Stephon Gilmore and Kenny Moore.
Yeah.
And Kenny Moore hasn't been fitting recently with the team.
Yeah.
With our defense that we're trying to make.
Here's the thing. Me personally, though, I just don't want to think about Kenny Moore leaving the Colts
Same.
because
It breaks my heart, but at the same time, like, who else are we
Best
going to trade?
slot corner in the league, in my opinion.
No, he's
I
the
mean, I
hardest
got,
hitting
like-
corner in the league, no doubt.
I got a Kenny Moore jersey upstairs in my bedroom, and
You could
I
just
don't wanna-
color it. You could just color the bear colors. Like take an afternoon to just
What if he changes it?
Take a
What if
Sharpie
he
to it.
changes his number though?
get some orange tape, I guess.
All right.
Just get some more chips. Really not that hard, bro.
Next,
Okay.
GM.
My
question?
next real GM, if you like Madden fantasy draft and you need a running back and the best 2 runs on the board, no bias here, okay? Are you taking Jonathan Taylor or Dalvin Cook, and why? This one's gonna be very high since it's just 2 options, very highly based on your reasoning.
Alright.
So it doesn't matter if you pick the same thing.
Can I go first for this one? All right. So I'm not trying to say this to be biased, but I would go Jonathan Taylor because I feel like he's more of an all-around athlete than Dalvin Cook is, because Jonathan Taylor, he can catch, he can be elusive, he can truck, and he's younger, so has better potential. I feel like Dalvin Cook is starting to maybe hit his peak because he's getting older. He's like 27, 28 now.
Yeah.
He's getting close to 30.
So, is it my turn?
Yeah.
See, I'm going Dalvin Cook here because we just watched last year. We watched this year.
Don't talk about it.
We watched what happens when Jonathan Taylor runs behind a bad offensive line.
Yeah.
Last year, the year before this year, he ran behind one of the best offensive lines in the league.
It wasn't all the offensive line. It was the play calling. Every single play they ran with him, they ran up the middle. And when he ran to the outside, they got an easy first down most plays. It was just bad coaching and play calling.
To be fair, yeah, they only wanted to go up the middle because
they need to be safe.
No,
our tackles are awful.
He also went up the middle because the only big plays would be up the middle. But at the same time, there's only like a 5% chance of having that big play.
But the thing is, we get 5-yard runs when we go outside. When Jonathan Taylor gets the chance to go up the middle, he does good. But we saw what happens when he runs behind it under average offensive line. Dalvin Cook has been running into an under average offensive line his entire career. And he has been producing. He has not missed a beat in his career. He hasn't. And we saw Jonathan Taylor started to struggle with injuries on his ankles. Last year, ankles were a little bit of a problem. This year, it showed out what happens to his ankles because he cuts so much.
He didn't even have any ankle issues last year, though.
Yeah, he did. He sprained.
People were worried about it. No, he did. He did, like, for a practice. Remember, he got, like...
He hurt himself in practice on a little ankle thing. And because he cuts so much, he is... I mean...
His cuts are amazing. He has the best hard cuts ever.
He's so patient. But the thing is, that also leads to tackles in the backfield. That also leads to getting hurt.
That also leads to big plays, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. It leads to finding gaps to run down the field and score a touchdown.
I would rather have, on a drive, 5-yard runs than 2 negative 1-yard runs and then a 30-yard run. I really would. Honestly. I would rather have a consistent running back than a boomer bust running back.
I mean...
And also, the thing about receiving...
They're both boomer bust, honestly.
But the thing about receiving... Jonathan Taylor is not better at receiving than Dalvin Cook is.
Did you see him in the Ravens game last year? He had like a 75-yard receiving touchdown.
Yeah, it was a screen last year.
It's the same thing as like a toss, basically.
He ran a button hook.
It's literally the same thing as a toss outside. He was basically running the ball. But the thing is, Jonathan Taylor's not shiftier than Dalvin Cook is.
No, obviously.
Dalvin Cook can left foot green, right hand red. He will play twister with you. He will hem you, and he won't even be going out for a route.
But here's the thing. Jonathan Taylor can break somebody's ankles and then truck over 2 guys on the same play.
And then break a zone.
Dalvin Cook, he doesn't have as much power as Jonathan Taylor does. He's not as big-bodied of a running back. Well, Jonathan Taylor plays like he's big-bodied.
But my last thing is, I already came over the offensive line thing again.
Dalvin Cook is as consistent
our receivers.
As I'm sorry, I just have to say
still, think about the difference in offensive lines and wide receivers even. Think about all the big body wide receivers and tight ends we have blocking for Jonathan Taylor and our offensive line. And then look at the Vikings.
He hasn't produced that great this year, though.
Yes, he has. He had an 1,000-yard season. Did you not see that?
Did you know
he had like 2 80-yard touchdowns?
You only need to get like 68 yards a game now to get 1,000 yards.
He had about 80 He had like 2 80-yard runs. Colton. And if you're thinking about Jax because the thing you said about the big plays,
that's not one thing.
That's a huge play. That is a huge play. 80 yards to the house. That's a big play.
Yeah.
And that's my final thing.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, this one's a toughie. Okay. I say Kane. Let's start off with Kane's. Pretty good reasoning. I'll go with a 4.3.
I lost.
Jack.
I lost. Yeah. GG's, Jack.
I want to give you like a 4.35. I think you barely squeezed out, but it's like the exact same.
How?
I know
He
it
said
sounds so
three
dumb.
things. How? I just want to hear your reason.
Okay, I think he brought up age, which was one thing I was really.
Dalvin Cook is
looking at.
26.
He's
And-
older than that.
He's 26 years
He's older
old.
than that.
And
He's 26 or 27.
I think I don't know. I feel like if I could give it a tie, I would. Am I allowed to
Then
give it a
do.
tie? Then I'm giving it a tie. I'm giving it a tie. That's impossible to choose the team. That was like
But my
both had
main
good
point of
points.
reasoning, the only thing I could do was just
Dalvin
point
Cook
out,
is 27.
point out the difference in offensive lines.
okay.
That because we saw what happened when Jonathan Taylor ran with an underperforming offensive line, and also an underperforming head coach. Dalvin Cook has had a bad head coach his entire career.
One thing
too.
that I
mean,
want to point out,
awful.
Colts though, same.
Dalvin Cook doesn't score as many touchdowns as Jonathan Taylor does.
He doesn't get as many
He's not
touches
a red,
in the red
he's not
zone.
a red zone threat.
He doesn't
That's
get
just
as many
a part of his
touches.
game. That's a part of his game.
In 2020, he had 312 carry season.
No touches in the red zone. That's what I meant.
No,
He doesn't
he's
get
just
as many
not.
touches in the red zone.
His play style isn't a red zone threat, especially because they have Adam Thielen,
Jay
Jay
Jettis.
Jets.
Because Adam Thielen and TJ Hawkinson. Adam Thielen will route you up, and Jay Jettis can route you up and go up over you. Okay, Colton, next one.
All right, next
Okay,
one.
My next one is
this an
did you
NBA
see-
one?
Did you read some of them?
I didn't see him.
Okay.
I didn't. I
Next
did not.
up, I have one more NFL one for you guys, and then we'll go to NBA. This one, I'm not looking for much reasoning here. This is just I want your pick. Who are you drafting with the Saints?
What
Who
pick
do
do
you
the
think
Saints have?
realistically? They have 6th or 7th, right?
I did.
No,
I
they
gotta check
traded
that.
I
their
mean, no,
pick
Eagles.
to the
I mean,
Eagles.
Eagles. Yeah, I meant who
Yeah.
are you drafting? It is the Saints pick though. but
Yeah.
it's Eagles.
Yeah,
Got it.
so
So I meant
Hold on, I'm gonna check to see what pick they have.
I'm ready. I know.
you go.
They're going to draft the linebacker.
Do you have any idea on who?
going to be Noah Sewell. It's going
They
to
have
be
the 10th pick.
it's
Oh, the
going to be
10th?
Noah Sewell. It's going to be so high for him to be taken, but it's going to be Noah Sewell. They need a linebacker so bad.
Their linebackers.
They have Hassan Reddick and T.J. Edwards.
Yeah, those
Both
are-
of them have
those are
really good
rushing.
seasons.
Hassan
T.J.
Reddick
Edwards
is
is
a
a middle
rushing.
linebacker. He's a run stopper.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, they need a pass coverage. They need somebody that can cover the pass in the middle. They got torn up by tight ends. Their DBs are so good. But if they let stuff going down in the middle, you can't win games. It's so
True.
hard to win games. Because think about how hard that defense had to work.
Imagine playing the 49ers, the Chiefs, the Ravens.
Yes.
All of those tight ends can just absolutely cook you.
If you don't have a good middle linebacker.
And I feel like you don't have, if you want your pick to just be a position, then you're allowed to do that. this
I
is a
don't
very
want it
vague
to.
question.
I do not want it to be a position. I'm confident with what I'm saying, and I'm going to say Noah Sewell.
Okay. You Jack.
All right, I think the Eagles, they need like one more piece in their defensive back core because
Maybe. I'm not sure.
They had
I mean-
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, James
need-
Bradbury.
they need one more cornerback.
Big play Slay,
I think-
Avonte Maddox.
If you add somebody else, then that just makes it that much more unstoppable. And
No, think about it. They literally have the perfect. They have their two boundary corners, a safety that can play corner. C.J. Gardner-Johnson can play corner, and their slot corner in Avonte Maddox.
yeah, but I'm not sure I,
think it
trust
would be-
Devontae Maddox that much though.
Yeah. Also,
Why not? He
I
played
think
good.
I
He
think
is playing good.
Big Play Slay might start like regressing a little bit. He's getting
That's
older.
true.
He's
He
like
is getting
33-ish.
He looked
So,
in some of the best.
think-
This year he looked in some of the best athletic form
I
I've
know,
seen him
but you
play.
can't
He's,
say
he still might regress
I don't
though.
believe that he's gonna play till 36 or anything.
Yeah,
Still.
but I
Wasn't
think
good.
with the 10th pick, I think the Eagles could get like Joey Porter Jr. or Christian Gonzalez with that pick.
Yeah.
Two really good corners who have really good potential and are a lot younger than Darius Slay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying their safeties are good. They have a safety that can play corner, a slot corner, and two boundary corners. And Big Play Slay regressing is not going to happen this year at least because he did not look out of shape at all. He was diving around just like
Pacers Bucks game now starting.
Okay, I'll put the game cast on. Okay, can I make my picks now? Can I?
yeah,
rate your
I'm
picks?
done.
Jack, we have a 4.2.
Okay.
Kane's a 4.5.
Okay.
Kane,
Noah
you
Sewell.
won.
Yeah, I know. Noah Sewell, though, he is going to have to play
I don't
big.
think it's Noah Sewell, really. It's just, I love that idea of having a linebacker just because then that defense is so much better if they have that middle linebacker.
Jack, I agree with you about Darius Slay regressing. I just don't think it's going to happen this year. This next season, he's going to play good. And then the year in 2024-5 season, I don't know which one's after next season.
And you know LSU is going to
Then
have
he's gonna
some
regress.
corners. You know LSU is going to have
LSU's
corners.
a beast, a corner beast.
All right, Colton.
okay.
What's the next one?
Duh. Okay, the next one's going to be, this is going to be our last one because we have to wrap up real soon. If you were the Memphis Grizzlies and you had to trade one player between these two, Desmond Bain or Jaren Jackson Jr., who are you trading?
Who's going first?
Let's go, Kane.
I am trading Jaren Jackson.
It's tough. You can't say it's not
Steven,
tough.
if he could rebound better.
I'd agree with Kane on that one because, I mean, Desmond Bain, his potential is crazy.
And also,
He's so
they
young.
need the 3 sharpshooter to help. Because look at how defenses fold when.
And then they also already have Steven Adams to play good defense and rebound.
Yeah, when John Morant pushes. I'm saying that if Jaren Jackson could rebound better, I would be trading Desmond Bain, but he doesn't rebound. He doesn't rebound like that.
The reason why it's tough for me is Jaren. His defense.
They also drafted
helps.
Zaire Williams last
His
year.
defense just helps so much. He has such a defensive presence.
Dylan Brooks and Zaire Williams can help fill that. And also the guy that they trade for can help do that.
Yeah. I mean,
Because what I would do if I were them, I'd trade him to the Hawks for John Collins and, like, picks. Just lots of picks.
looks like maybe a first round pick.
No, way more than one. Like, John Collins and, like, 3 or 4 first-round picks.
It depends because I don't know.
Rudy
I
Gobert
don't know
got
what his
traded.
contract is looking like.
Rudy Gobert got traded for 7 first-round picks.
But I don't know what Jaren's contract is looking like.
Jaren Jackson is 24 and arguably better.
Yeah. But if
23.
Jaren Jackson has to get
23 and arguably better.
If Jaren Jackson hasn't gotten extended yet and he needs to get signed next offseason, that plummets his value.
Yeah, but he could also get traded for, I'm just trying to think of really good big men that
He is averaging 7 rebounds a game this year.
still, but a lot of those are just like gimme easy defensive rebounds.
Tallest person, like most of leg person on there, just I get that.
But what you want is somebody that will grab. Look at how many offensive rebounds per game he's averaging.
Hold on.
He should be averaging at least 1 if he's a
Yeah,
decent big man.
Steven Adams, he's averaging 11 rebounds a game this season.
What's his offense? Wait, I want to see Jaren Jackson's offensive rebounds a game because it's going to be low. It really will be.
Yeah, Jaren Jackson, he is averaging 1.4 offensive rebounds a game
That
this year.
shouldn't be a thing if you're 6'7". If you're a 6'7" power forward, you should be
He's
grabbing more
actually
than
6'11".
one. 6.
Yeah, I was
if you're
about
a
to say
6'11" power forward, you should be grabbing more than one.
Yeah, you should be
offensive board per
grabbing
game.
like at least 4 or 5 a game.
But the thing is, he is
It's
still so
dumb.
young. That's something he can develop.
It won't be. He needs to get tough. He needs to play big. His shot blocking ability is great. He just doesn't play big.
I feel like
He can't guard Giannis. Steven Adams
he could potentially get better at offensive rebounding, but there's nobody really at powered forward position on the Grizzlies to like help mentor him. I mean, Steven Adams, but he's
rebounding
a center.
rebounding at power forward is different than rebounding at center.
Yeah.
It
It
very
is.
different because center is always there in the paint.
Yeah.
Center will 100% time like they should always be there to grab that board.
But the thing is, here's something that proves that he can't get big. In a game against the Bucks, you want to know who guarded Giannis? Not their best shot blocker. Not Jaren Jackson. Steven Adams.
Is that true?
Yeah, Steven Adams guarded him. Had 5 blocks on him too.
If the Grizzlies signed like a veteran power forward who knows how to play well, like Carmelo Anthony,
No.
That would be
What's his
great.
name?
Melo's score.
Tristan Thompson.
Ooh.
Tristan Thompson, best offensive rebounding power forward. Dude. Oh, they should sign Tristan Thompson, have him mentor.
That's good.
Yeah, so rate our picks.
Okay, rate your picks. Well, you both.
We have the exact same reasoning too.
Yeah, and you guys kind of got off of
Yeah,
the game.
we ganged up on you.
Yeah, nah.
But still.
like Hayden was saying his
Do you
thing,
agree
and
with
then
our
Jack
picks?
was butting in, and I'm like, okay, we doing this. I feel like 4.5.
Would you trade Jaren Jackson?
I would trade Jaren, but I feel like you guys are making it seem a lot easier than it actually is.
Yeah,
Because
he's
Jaren
so
Jackson, he's a defensive presence on a young team, and if you have to trade any player in that big three, that young core is so hard to do. Because
But good thing is it's never
they
going to
make their
happen, and they're
teams
not
what their
going
team
to.
is.
Oh my God, they're not going to leave
know.
in free agency either. So it seems like we're running out of time now, and I think we better wrap it up. Jack, got anything to say?
Thank you for listening to our second episode, and we hope that you come back and listen again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See you next time.